What if I told you that one image, shared for just a few seconds online, can reopen wounds centuries old? What if I told you that a single post, one click, can shake a nation, divide communities, and remind millions that history is never really past? Today's story is not just about politics. It's about memory. It's about power. And it's about what happens when leaders play with symbols they don't fully understand or choose to ignore. This is Current Affairs Hub. In early February, the United States was once again pulled into a storm of controversy. A video circulated online political satire. Some claimed, but buried inside, it was imagery that shocked many Americans and observers around the world. Current President Donald Trump shared the video on his social media platform. Near the end of the clip, former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama were depicted using imagery long associated with the dehumanization of Black people. The backlash was immediate. The post was deleted, but the damage was already done. And to understand why the reaction was so intense, we must go deeper. This wasn't just offensive content. In American history, and in much of the Western world, portraying Black people as animals was not accidental humor. It was a tool used to justify slavery, defend segregation, excuse violence, and deny full humanity. So when such imagery resurfaces, especially when amplified by someone who has held the highest office in the land, it doesn't feel like a joke. It feels like a message. And for many Black Americans, it feels like history knocking again loudly. Let's be clear. This incident did not happen in isolation. America has seen this pattern before. The birther conspiracy, which falsely claimed Barack Obama was not American, a narrative rooted in racial suspicion rather than evidence. Political cartoons across decades that portrayed Black leaders with exaggerated, animalistic features. Even in sports and entertainment, public figures of African descent have repeatedly been reduced to stereotypes triggering outrage, apologies, and then repetition. Each time, the script is familiar. It was just satire. You're overreacting. That's not what was intended. But intent does not erase impact. Now let's talk about the part that rarely trends on social media, the consequences. When racist symbolism enters mainstream politics, trust between communities erodes. Minority groups retreat further from civic engagement. Political dialogue turns into cultural warfare, and young people grow up learning that power excuses cruelty. Living together in diverse societies depends on shared respect. But every time a leader amplifies dehumanizing imagery, it tells part of the population, your pain is negotiable. And once people believe they're not equally valued, coexistence becomes fragile. History shows us this clearly, from racial unrest in U.S. cities to ethnic tensions elsewhere in the world. Division is never loud at first. It starts quietly with symbols. Here's what makes today different. In the past, a racist cartoon lived in a newspaper. Today, it lives forever. Social media doesn't just spread information, it multiplies emotion. Anger spreads faster than context. Outrage travels faster than apologies. And when leaders post without reflection, millions absorb the message instantly without filters, without nuance. In this digital age, leadership is no longer just about policy. It's about what you amplify. You might be thinking, this is American politics. Why should I care? Because these narratives don't stay within borders. They shape global attitudes toward race, migration, identity, and power. They influence how people treat each other, at work, in schools, and the streets. If we normalize dehumanization at the top, it trickles down everywhere. History has taught us one lesson again and again. Societies don't collapse from disagreement. They collapse when empathy disappears. So the question isn't whether a post was intentional. The question is, what kind of future do we want to normalize? If this conversation matters to you, if you believe leadership should unite, not divide, like this video, subscribe to Current Affairs Hub. Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments. Because silence is easy, but awareness is powerful. Until next time, stay informed, Stay critical and stay human. This is Current Affairs Hub.